I assume at this point you would choose Melissa over Teresa.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll come back to some other things. Should we take audience questions?
I think we should. I think that, Vanessa.
Because this audience
All right,
can
hold on,
barely
Lorraine, let's go. Put the
contain
lights up a
themselves.
little bit. Put the lights up a little bit
I
so we
mean,
can
should
see.
we-
Stand up, Vanessa. Stand
Is it
up.
on? Is it okay? How do you think Jacqueline feels about Teresa having an autistic child?
Teresa
now?
having a what?
Autistic stepchild.
I can't hear.
That's okay. Well, first of all, this is Vanessa. Now, Vanessa dated Luis Aurelius.
Right. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, Vanessa, to put you on blast. You're looking
were
very...
engaged.
They weren't just dating.
They were engaged.
They were engaged. But anyway, with that said, I'm sorry. I didn't hear your question.
How do you think Jacqueline, I don't remember what season she was on.
Yeah.
How do you think she feels about Teresa now having an autistic stepson, considering Teresa said that that was karma, if you
Yep.
recall.
Yep. I remember that. That was a disgrace. That was a real, let me tell you something, Vanessa. I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm going to definitely drag that into this podcast and the next one because she really did Jacqueline dirty with saying that. But these are the things that Teresa does that are so underhanded and so dark, okay, that I wouldn't even talk about some of the things she did to animals on this stage.
You already talked about it on the podcast.
I won't,
Apparently,
but I won't do
you
it
said
on the
she
stage
allegedly killed
because
German
I want
shepherds
people
on
to
her
have
property.
A good time. A lot of dogs died on her property from neglect, which we all know. Dolores knew, everybody knew. But you're right, Vanessa, and I will drag this one out. This will be brought up.
Well, how do you feel? I mean...
Jacqueline probably wants to wring her neck. And I don't even think Jacqueline, that was so disgusting and so low and hurtful that Jacqueline probably didn't even put two and two together until maybe she'll hear this or she'll talk about it. But that was a real crazy moment on that show when she did that. I'll never forget that.
Want to know what I think?
Go ahead.
Because we're just honest here. I love Jacqueline dearly. I think Jacqueline has a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, and I'm not convinced that, if Teresa called Jacqueline tomorrow, that it would really be over. I think Jacqueline would somehow welcome her back. That's my honest opinion.
God.
That's my honest opinion.
Well,
I can't lie.
it wouldn't be. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if they
So-
offered her a contract and it was going to be money.
But no, I think off air, everything.
No,
I think
they
Jacqueline
could never
would.
be friends off air. It would be strictly for the money if she was going to.
I don't know. Whereas I think Kathy would say, "Go fuck yourself." I think Jacqueline would say, "Let's have a lunch."
I don't know.
That's what
Well,
I think.
we'll see. I'm going to ask her.
Ask
I'm
her.
going to ask her tomorrow. I'm going
And
to call her
when
and
someone
ask her.
gets stuck in Kim's
Everyone
craw,
listen next week because I'll have an answer for you on Jacqueline.
we have another question over here.
Hi, I have a question.
Okay.
So we have a question about many seasons ago. Who was Joe Giudice on the phone with? Does anyone know? When he was at the vineyard and he was fighting and
Yeah.
cursing. Yeah, he was cursing Teresa off. It was
Right.
so terrible.
Well, he was
Anyone
really.
know?
Talk into your microphone.
He was really having an affair with this girl, Nicole. Well, everything that you heard was true. The girl, Nicole, had curly, long brown hair. Teresa did catch them in the office. Nicole was her babysitter. And it continued. It continued. He stayed seeing her even when Teresa was in jail. He stayed seeing her. But Joe fooled around with a lot of people, not just her. There was a lot. He was, he did his thing. The only reason why Teresa at the end finally believed it is because once he went away, everyone came out of the woodwork to say he really did fool around. He was at the bar with this girl, that girl. He didn't really even try to hide it. He did his thing. But that's who it was. And it was definitely with a girl. That's right. There you go.
Was she pretty?
She looked like Teresa, a younger
Age?
Teresa.
Well, I was gonna say, was she age appropriate or?
Well, she was probably in her 20s when he first met her.
He's like 50 something.
Yeah,
That's
but then
not
she
so
might have been
age
in her
appropriate.
30s once it.
How long was the affair?
God, I'm gonna say. I mean, from the time I'm gonna say it went on for at least 9 years, 8 years.
9 years.
Yeah. Yeah, because it
What a great
continued on until
question.
Teresa went to jail. But didn't. It wasn't just her. She was just the main squeeze, and he had other ones. And like what a lot of people would run into him when he was with, he kind of didn't make any bones about it. He would be at their place rails where they film. While she was away, he'd be at the bar all the time. But I'll give you this, he was a much better father to those children than she is a mother. And I'm going to leave it at that. Much better father to those kids.
We love a little juicy Joe.
Yeah, she's, listen, when is she home? You have a 13-year-old daughter. You've been gone for a month and a half, going here, going there. All of a sudden now you're doing Dancing with the Stars. You want to be home for your daughters, D-O-R-T-E-R-S, daughter.
Take a sip of your wine, Kim.
Daughters. You know, I mean, when are you home? Even before you got married. And I don't care where she goes, what she does. It's not my business. I traveled a lot too. But who's home with these kids? Unfortunately, she doesn't have a mother and father anymore. None of her family were at her wedding. Not one person from her family. What does that say about her? I went on a rant. Sorry.
First of all, that's not. So last week, her and I disagreed about this. I was like, I don't know, like.
Because the 21 and the 18-year-old traveled around Europe by themselves. Sorry,
But people
not in
did
this day
come
and
to
age.
your defense. I was like, let the kids do
As
what
a
they
mother,
want.
again, no way. Well, everybody who's a mother, you're going to let your 18 kids run around now, the way things are now?
I say let them do what they want. But
No, you wouldn't.
people, yeah, no, I mean, but people came to her defense.
No. I don't let my dog go in the street. No, not now the way
That's-
things are. Not now. I wouldn't let my posh go travel over to Europe right now, my dog.
We have a question.
A question?
All right, I have a question. I want to know where the ladies should shop, Posh or Envy?
Ooh.
When Okay, no,
Where should
I'm
they
going to be
shop,
honest
Posh
with you.
or Envy?
When they were both open, I swear to you, they shopped at Posh. They weren't all shopping at Envy. Teresa never went to Envy. She never went to Envy. Kristen worked with me. She'll tell you, they never went to Envy unless they were filming. And I don't think they still go to Envy. I don't really think any of them
Do you
shop
want to
there.
hear something?
What?
Don't disown me.
No, go ahead.
I have a pair of Envy sweatpants.
Well, you're allowed
It says Envy by Melissa Gorga. They're actually kind of cute.
Listen, I was going to go to Envy after they had the
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
And go, remember, I said I was going to go shopping there? I'm still kicking
It's
it
not
around. Maybe I'll
bad.
bring Vanessa with me and Chrissy. Let's go. Let's do some shopping at Envy now. We could throw some crap around. We'll get the whole gang, Emma, everybody. We'll go. And then we'll go across the street to Felina's and have a couple drinks on the rooftop.
Sure.
Question.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, thank you, Kim, for the word Gavados. It's my new favorite. But I have a question for you both. Kim, what do you think it will take to take down Teresa once and for all and put her in her place? And David, for you, what accent did Dorit have when you went to school with her?
You answer the Dorit first. Answer Dorit
And then,
first.
listen,
She
I
looks
mean,
like Dolores Catania, this girl. Where is she? You're beautiful.
she's back
she's
there. Well, first of
beautiful.
all, I mean, you've seen the pictures of Dorit from high school, like the dark hair, different nose.
But how did
Yeah.
what kind of
There
language?
was no, I mean, I'm getting to that. There was no accent. Look, I mean, she's
Connecticut, a Connecticut
she's a
accent.
nice Jewish girl from Woodbridge,
Yeah.
Connecticut. There was no accent. There was no accent. Look, I mean, I love this new accent
Me
of
too.
hers.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, like, listen,